Yo, welcome back to Straight Dose, episode 3.
Big three.
Big 3. All right, we're going to jump straight into this. No playing games. What was your opinions on the NBA Finals?
Pissed.
Pissed?
Not pissed. I mean, I don't really like either of the teams, but
Well, yeah.
you got Giannis and Chris Paul. It's like who's gonna win their first ring? I feel like I wanted Chris Paul to win his first ring.
Well, yeah,
because he has
obviously,
less years.
I wanted Chris Paul to win too. I don't really, no offense, I don't really like Giannis. I just don't like him as a player. I don't know why, but I used to like NBA like 2 years ago. It was actually really hype, and now it's more so, I don't know, I just don't watch it as much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Celtics fan, so I could really care less who won the finals. None of them really have ties to it at all, but obviously I'm not going to vote for the East, the team coming out of the East if the Celtics don't make it. So, but I also like Book. See, like, you know, Book and Giannis, they'll be able. If Giannis hadn't won yet, like I'd say they both still had 0 rings. You know, they got a whole career ahead of them. They could have won a ring. But Chris Paul, I mean,
yeah, who knows what's going to happen with that? He said he's not going anywhere, but I don't know where he's going to go. Is he going to stay with the Suns? You think? I think Suns are going to be all right.
Yeah, if they add, I mean, you know, like through free agency and stuff, they just get like one more key, like I don't know, like a small forward. Yeah,
they definitely need another opponent.
Ayton was going off finally, so they got a good center. They got Book and CP3. That's a good
such
backcourt.
a young team besides CP3.
Yeah, but
that's what they needed.
CP3 is like a perfect veteran.
They needed that. They needed that rock.
Yeah,
and he was there for him. But I don't know. It's just it sucks because watching Devin Booker and Chris Paul ball out, and then Giannis just scores 40 points.
Yeah, Giannis dropping 40 a game. Dude.
Yeah. But he's been doing that though. Yeah, every single game. I saw a thing where James Harden was like making fun of him like a year ago.
Oh yeah,
but he was like
all he does is run and dunk.
Yeah, run and dunk. It's like I wish I could do that.
Yeah,
which, I mean, he is 7 foot tall, but he can still score. Out of the paint and everything.
Yeah. And dude, he was getting all the hate for the free throws. Last couple games, he was shooting like 90%. Nah, probably not 90, but he was shooting at least like 75.
But I mean, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on him too, though, especially in the big playoff games and stuff.
He also takes like 10 seconds to shoot it. He doesn't have that good of a routine. No. Go to the NFL. How you feeling about the NFL season?
Are you talking about just every team or player-wise right now? What are you talking about?
Start with the big thing right now. Start with the vaccines. The whole vaccine trouble.
Yeah.
You think it should be? I mean, I don't see how it's a legal thing how they can do it mandatory vaccines. I guess because it's like a company or whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
well, I saw a thing today that Roger Goodell was doing $15,000 for every player that's not vaccinated. If they like break a COVID rule, like a policy in the league, it's $15,000 fine. And it's not for the vaccinated players. It's only for the non-vaccinated players.
That's a little messed up.
Yeah, that's a little messed up. But they're trying to push it.
I get it, but it's still like, even though I am vaccinated, like it's still it's still someone's choice to get it.
Yeah, it is. It should be your own choice. It shouldn't have to be just because you're in the NFL.
Exactly. I don't see why it's a big thing.
Yeah, but I mean, for DeAndre Hopkins tweeting that and then deleting it, I think that was funny.
Yeah, especially if they're gonna like keep having like the amount of fans you're gonna have keep going up. Yeah. Like, what are they gonna do? Like make fans make sure they're vaccinated? Do they do that? Do you know?
No, they didn't last year. When they gave the capacity, it was they just have to wear a mask. But that's what I was thinking when like they first opened back like capacity and fans. I was thinking, why don't they just, if you really want to go watch a football game, then get vaccinated, or get tested and then bring your testing results there.
Exactly.
Right. And you could have full capacity and wear a mask or something, but they did it where it was just 25 or 12% capacity, where it's like 9,000 fans in a 70,000 stadium.
I know, you'll see like the front, like they're all pushed up to the front, and you're like, wow, they got a big crowd, and then like it zooms out, and it's just the whole like upside is just completely empty, and you're like, this sucks.
No, it's stupid. But that's what watching any sports game. That's what you like, that environment. You like the fans. You like the hype. You like the noise. Everything. Yeah, you like hearing. And players play different when they have that. Yeah. Like even playing basketball, like when it's the NBA Finals, you're gonna watch it because it's like hype. Yeah.
And NBA had a lot more people in the crowd. They had like full stadiums.
Everything's
compared to
coming back in full circle now.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
They actually had fans.
I think the Super Bowl was
the Super Bowl. Yeah, it was.
The Super Bowl was also in February.
It was 20. I think it was 24,000 fans, but I think 14,000 of them were medical staff or something stupid. It was, but I mean, they had a way to get numbers. That's what they wanted, was numbers. I think they only had like 13,000 regular fans, but they did a medical way to get more people in there. But I mean, I think that this year NFL is going to be back to normal, and I hope that Christian McCaffrey and Saquon and Odell, those guys coming back from injuries. Yeah. What's your opinion on like the Panthers and the Browns, like these teams that are getting their star players back.
See, the Browns are always in the talk for Super Bowl because
every single year.
If you look at them
the
on
last 2 years at least.
2 or
3 years with Odell.
If you look at them on paper, they look like they should be in the Super Bowl like every year. They got Jarvis, they
their
got
offense is
Odell, they got
crazy.
Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's a good quarterback too.
He's solid.
Do they have a good line? I don't know. I know Joe Thomas was there. He retired a couple of years ago.
I mean,
but
I mean,
that's
the only reason.
Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are 2-star running backs, so obviously they have at least a decent line.
Yeah. But I think that
Myles
Baker
Garrett and stuff.
I think that Baker can't play with Odell. I think, in my opinion, they play better without Odell because he just loves the ball and he's kind of like when it comes to he's a ball hog and all he wants is the ball.
Yeah.
So like coming from a quarterback that has had a person that wants the ball every play, when you get the ball in your hands, you're looking to see where they are at because they want the ball. And if you don't give them the ball, you're going to get bitched at by them. Like it just happens. So I know that's what's going through Baker's mind. He needs to feed Odell, but he has to feed everyone else too.
Yeah.
So he has to mix and match. And that's what Odell's first year there, he didn't do a good job of giving everyone else the ball, not just Odell.
Yeah.
And he tried to force it to Odell, which made him throw picks and everything was just bad. And then last year, he actually did very good until Odell got hurt. And that's when he even played better without Odell. He didn't have to worry probably. He just played at that point.
Just playing normally.
I mean, you got a star receiver like that. You want to give him the ball because he'll just leave and go play wherever he wants. You know what I'm saying? That's how he is.
Odell can go wherever he wants.
Yeah, anybody.
Even if Jarvis is on the Browns, that's not enough to keep Odell. He can get a contract anywhere.
Yeah, no. I think the Browns would be solid, though.
I definitely think, though. I think they made... I know they got through the wild card because they played the Steelers.
Yeah.
No, the Steelers had a bye, right?
Yeah, they didn't. They lost to the Steelers.
No, they beat the Steelers.
They did, but they lost to the Steelers. So, who'd they lose to in the playoffs? Ravens, maybe?
Was it the Ravens? No, I think the Ravens played the Bills. Did they lose? Oh, they lost to the Chiefs. Did they?
Maybe.
I think it was.
So.
I think it was Chiefs.
Yeah,
and Browns, and then Ravens and Bills.
Chiefs played a really good game.
Yeah, and
the Browns also played a really good game. It came down to the wire, I think.
Yeah,
but I think they'll be fine.
So I think they won the wild card game, oh no, the wild card was the Steelers because I'm thinking they went like super good. They started off undefeated through like 7 games.
Okay, so it was the Steelers versus Browns.
In the wild card. Okay. And then they beat the Steelers, lost in the extra round.
Yeah, I know. Yep. Because they beat them at the end of the year.
I don't know. They lost someone, obviously.
Yeah, they lost first round. That's all it really matters.
I also do think that Panthers are going to be better, too. Obviously. I mean, they're going to obviously be better with McCaffrey.
And Darnold. They got Darnold. What do you think on him? I think that he'll be all right because the Jets are the Jets. It's kind of like what the Browns were before.
Exactly.
It's just a bad, shitty program.
Like I said earlier, I'm a Celtics fan. Obviously, I'm a Patriots fan then.
Yeah.
So I watch Jets versus Patriots twice a year. And, I mean, I'll always love the game where he threw, I think they went scoreless. He threw 4 picks, and he said he was seeing ghosts on the field.
Yeah.
He was pretty bad in some of the games. But, I mean, he's a young dude.
He's a young guy.
And they got Bridgewater now. As a backup, right?
No, he went to the Broncos.
He went to the
Broncos, yeah.
Then did they have someone?
They have Will Greer.
Oh, okay, I was about to say he ain't a veteran.
No, they have Will Greer, Sam Darnold.
Wait, am I tripping? Bridgewater was last year though, right?
Last year.
Okay, I was
they
about to say.
They just got him last year, and then they traded him.
That's what I was gonna say. If he was not even on there last year, if he was there, then that'd be good because he could get some experience from him or some knowledge or whatnot.
Something would trade off through
especially because he was with Drew Brees for a little bit.
Teddy Bridgewater was a solid quarterback. It's just that everything kind of folded with Chris McCaffrey getting injured. Mm-hmm. Teddy Bridgewater's first season, and you can't. It's hard to new coach, new program, everything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of hard to just ball out as a quarterback, especially.
Yeah, that's why everyone needs to get off Cam Newton's dick.
Yeah, Cam Newton would be fine. Another thing, do you think he'll ball out? You think he'll go back to Cam this year? I think he's got 1 more or 2 more years in him.
He's got 1 more year to prove himself. I'm not fully on board because it's been ever since his MVP season.
It's been hopes and dreams.
Every year after that, he's all on social media saying, "I'm at my best. I'm at the top." And then all of a sudden, once he finishes off a mediocre year, they say in the offseason, they're like, yeah, he played through the whole year with an injury.
Yeah,
why would you do that? You're just gonna keep getting injured because he just plays through it. And then he got COVID last year, and once he got COVID, that's when he started.
I watched the podcast "I'm an Athlete." If you've ever watched that, it's Chad Johnson and those guys.
Oh yeah,
really good.
Brandon Marshall,
really good podcast actually because they really wanted to know what happened to Cam because at the beginning of the year, balled out first, like, what, 2 or 3 games?
Yeah, and it was fun watching.
Yeah, that's when he was back in prime cam, basically prime cam, and then he got COVID. And that's what he explained on the podcast was like, I can't even really tell you what happened. Like, I got COVID.
Cam Newton was on the podcast saying this? Oh, okay,
so he said I had to sit out for 2 weeks because of 14-day quarantine.
Yeah.
And he said that like, it felt like the team was moving away from him, and as he got back, he just wasn't ready anymore, and it kind of just ran away from him, and that obviously you saw it. It ran away from him. He sucked the last whatever games he played, 6, 7 games.
It was hard watching the games. Some of them, most of them. I'm also looking forward to Mac Jones though. I feel like he'll get playing time at some point.
Oh yeah, well, you know, unless Cam balls out. But
unless Cam balls out, if he doesn't, though, I mean, I want to see some of Mac Jones because, I mean, it's kind of how it is with every Alabama quarterback. You know, they look so good in college, but they're at Alabama. So it's like, you know, his receiver.
But Tua did play decent last year. Like, pretty good for a rookie, right?
I think he played, like, kind of. I mean, he had, like, flashes. I don't think he played too well because people were clowning him, like, for saying.
But I've said that, like, for years now that they're program quarterbacks at Alabama.
Yeah, exactly.
They get into the NFL and they just suck, right?
Especially since, like, you're going from the best team in college football to, like, the worst team in the NFL. Normally you're gonna be like a top draft pick. So it's like then you're at the very bottom. So the players around you are just not that good, like how it was in college. Where I mean, at least for Mac Jones.
Hopefully Trevor Lawrence isn't like that. What do you think about him? I
think he'll be good. I remember
they still talking about a battle between him and Gardner.
Him and Gardner?
Yeah, well, like
really?
they haven't announced the starting quarterback.
Yeah,
Urban hasn't.
that's true.
So, I mean, Gardner's a decent quarterback. When he's good, he's good. But he's good. But sometimes he's a little off and he can't play.
I don't know. I remember, like, right when training camp started, I saw an article that said, like, Trevor Lawrence threw, like, 4 interceptions, or it was either 4. It was like 3 3 back-to-back plays. It was just pick.
Yeah.
So I mean that's how it is when you get adjusted, when you have to get adjusted to NFL.
Yeah, I mean he's a young quarterback. Yeah. He's got crazy talent. And
who do they have on their secondary? Do they still have Boye? The Jaguars? Do you know? Their defense fell apart.
Yeah, they have DJ Chark. He's a pretty good receiver.
No, on their defense. They're cornerbacks.
Secondary.
I was gonna say, do they have like a good secondary?
I don't know really. I don't pay attention to defenses.
Because they used to have a big defense. You know, they had Ramsey and stuff like that. But I think everyone just went away.
Yeah, no,
they used to have
the good guys did.
But
yeah, I think AJ Boye is gone.
I have no clue. He might be. I don't know.
If he isn't, then that's their only probably stud.
Yeah.
And I think they have a good linebacker. Because they got rid of the big guy, Campbell.
Yeah.
He's gone. He's at the Ravens now.
Yeah, Calais.
So they just have a all right offense. But they're probably going to build in the next 2 years.
I want to see how their running back does again. Just James Robinson, I think. He was like undrafted last year, but he was balling out. I remember I didn't have him in fantasy.
There's a couple of those young guys in the league right now.
Yeah, and DJ Chark's good too. Hopefully the Jaguars bounce back.
Yeah.
It was fun watching them do good, especially when the Patriots beat them. But what else? Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I do want to talk about Aaron Rodgers. I think. What do you think about what he did? Like sitting out, in your opinion, are you against that? Those players that are kind of
that sit out,
like Deshaun Watson's doing it or did it, and they sit out, and
it always just depends on the situation. I think the main person I hated that did it was Le'Veon Bell. Because now he sucks. So like he was like top 2,
he was prime,
top 3, top 2 running back in the league. The Steelers, that's when they had AB.
Yep.
I think Juju was like a rookie for one of the years, or like he had just gotten in there.
That was his first year.
Yeah. So they had 2 good receivers. They had Le'Veon Bell and Big Ben. I mean, he's always like solid.
Yeah.
At least he's solid.
Big Ben's always
sometimes
good.
He's like really good. I mean, sometimes he'd be trash, but he's at least solid throughout the year. And then he sat out wanting a bigger contract. And then, or at least going to a different team. Then he sucked on the Jets. Then he went to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't know if he went anywhere between there, but then he went to the Chiefs and he sucked on the Chiefs.
Yeah, and he hasn't really played since.
Yeah. And
everyone thought that him going to the Chiefs would be like a big thing.
Yeah.
But like Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson, I mean,
I can see Deshaun Watson. I mean, dude,
all that
Texans
stuff
suck.
All that stuff that's happening with him too.
Yeah, all the stuff that's happening.
You kind of have to.
You have to. I mean, you have to step away.
But I think Aaron Rodgers, same with Deshaun. They just don't want to play for that team anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he can make the NFC Championship as much as he wants, but I mean, they lose every year. Yeah,
and he's only got Devontae Adams. I mean, he doesn't have crazy star talent.
I mean, what's the other dude?
Their running backs are good.
No, their other receiver. It's like
he's like
a double. No, he has a double last name, like something Scalding. I forget his name.
Is he a big guy?
He's a littler guy, but he always catches. Like,
I mean, but Aaron Rodgers is just like Tom Brady. I mean, give him whoever.
Yeah, put Aaron Rodgers on like any whatever team, they're automatically going to get better. So it doesn't. I mean, I shouldn't say. No, it does matter where he goes. It's not like he's going to automatically win a Super Bowl.
Do you think You think that he'll go somewhere? You think that how many? He's back on Green Bay, right? You said.
They're closing out on a final year.
Okay. So final year, and then you think?
I think he's out of there.
He's out of there.
Yeah.
Who do you think? I mean, there's a couple quarterbacks that are on verges right now. Like for instance, Carson Wentz just got signed, but I mean, he's nobody knows. He's on a limb.
If the Colts, like he went to the Colts, if he does like terrible on the Colts and they either release him, trade him again, or something like that, if the Colts get Aaron Rodgers somehow, that's gonna be nasty.
Yeah,
because their defense was insane last year.
Yeah.
They got a really good line. Yeah, they got Ty, which he had towards the end of the year is when he started doing pretty good. Ty. Yeah, Ty is always. I mean, you give him Aaron Rodgers, then like obviously he's gonna be better than.
Yeah.
Like
he'll be a little older though. I think he's getting a little old.
Oh, he's definitely.
Yeah, he's definitely getting a little.
He's definitely
old,
considered a veteran.
But they're gonna.
At this point.
Then they got what's his name from the Panthers? He got traded from the Panthers. He was such a good Ted or not? It wasn't Ted Ginn. I don't know what his name was.
No, Ted Ginn just retired. I think.
No. There's a Colts or he's now a Colts receiver. Was a Panthers receiver. It's like Cam Newton's best guy.
Curtis Samuel.
No, Curtis Samuel's still in the Panthers.
Oh, wait.
Big guy, number 19.
Like.
On the Panthers, he was number 19.
How long ago?
Devin Funchess.
Oh.
Devin Funchess got traded to the Colts. Well, I don't know why that took me forever. But Devin Funchess got traded to the Colts. And then, I don't know. I think he got injured like first game or second game last year maybe. And I think he's back now.
Oh, I didn't even know he's on the Colts.
Yeah, he got injured. But that's another guy that's getting a little old, but still really good.
Yeah. It's like
Sorry for us to think about names.
No, I'm thinking like older receivers. I mean, I'm pretty. The reason I'm like I know his name is Emmanuel Sanders. I don't know how old he is, but I know he was balling. He was doing pretty good on the Saints.
Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, he's super old,
Larry
but
Fitzgerald.
Yeah, he's Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, he's always going to be open, always going to catch the ball.
Yeah.
So you need a veteran guy like that because.
Yeah.
It's not. Sometimes it doesn't come down to athleticism. It comes down to experience and just knowledge on the field.
Or to end off on Aaron Rodgers, the reason why I do think he's going to last one more year is because him and Devontae are both on this final year, and they both posted the last dance pictures.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's going to be one more year. But
and I think if they both got traded to the same team, they have very good chemistry together, and I know they definitely want to play somewhere else.
Any good quarterback's going to have good chemistry with Devontae Adams.
Yeah, he's crazy good.
Pretty hard not to.
Yeah, he's crazy good. But I think that the Green Bay is going to be good this year.
Speaking of receivers, though, going off of Devontae Adams, this is a little bit older news. What do you think about Julio and the Titans now?
All right, so I think that the Titans with Julio is
they still have AJ Brown.
It's just so dirty. AJ Brown's like a mini Julio.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got Derrick Henry. So think about it, right? You got Julio I wouldn't consider him a Hail Mary threat, but he's kind of like Calvin Johnson when it comes to just deep ball stuff. Like you can give him the ball deep.
Any route.
AJ Brown is like a mix of Julio and like a speedy receiver. So then you got a guy that can run kind of short routes.
Yeah.
And then you got Derrick Henry that if you can't throw the ball, you can run the ball every single play.
It's
always get like 4
yards. I was about to say at least solid like 3 to 5 yards.
That's what is insane because, I mean, as long as Ryan Tannehill stays healthy.
As long as because he's a solid quarterback.
The Titans play in what division are they play?
They
play like the Chiefs and stuff, right?
No.
They don't?
They play the Colts, Texans, and Jaguars. It's like the AFC.
That's their conference. I'm not good on conference stuff.
I don't remember like what conference it is, but I can normally say like the teams they play with like who's within their conference.
I'm not big on the conferences and stuff, but they'll win their conference. I mean, if they don't win their conference, there'll be a reason why they didn't.
Yeah, like
Derrick Henry has an injury, which knock on wood, I hope he doesn't, because I love watching him. He's just like
you don't want anyone to get injured, especially like the stars.
No, especially a big name like that.
Exactly.
And watching him throw Josh Norman like that, like those are crazy stuff to watch. Like you don't like that's like watching. The only reason I like Patrick Mahomes is because he does weird stuff that. It's like watching Steph Curry a couple years ago. He just shoots threes from half court and makes them every time.
Exactly.
Like watching those type of athletes play is so fun. It just takes away the game and you just watch them.
Yeah.
That's what's so fun to watch about Derrick Henry. And Julio Jones, same way. Like, throw the ball up, 3 guys on him. He has a 50-50 chance.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Best receiver. I still think he's the best receiver in the league.
He's top 3 every year, no matter if he's...
Every year he's always top 3. Your top 3, if it's not... like, no order when I say this right now. If it's not Devontae, D-Hop, and Julio... First of all, I just think you're wrong automatically. Yeah. I could care less how you place them, but that should always be
crazy too. Though
that should always be the
all
top.
Those 3 guys are crazy. Yeah, and then you got the other dudes that are just.
And you got like Tyreek, and you got Odell.
I just think if Tyreek was 6'3", it's a different story. But he's like a guy that just.
Like imagine like Julio's height with Tyreek's speed, or like Julio's build and Julio with Tyreek's speed, or Tyreek with Julio's build, stuff like that. He'd be the best receiver of all time. All
right, so last question about NFL. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. What do you think is going to happen this year? Think they're going back-to-back? Slight chance?
I definitely think they have a chance.
I heard they're not losing much guys. I think they have like 23 guys returning that started or something.
Their whole roster is returning.
Yeah.
Like their exact roster, their Super Bowl winning roster is the same roster they have this year.
That's insane.
So it's like, it's insane, but I mean... No, it definitely helps because, they got the chemistry going. They just came off a Super Bowl, stuff like that. Everyone's going to love each other. But, I mean, then you got teams like, we just said the Titans, who are going to be able to at least test them, compete with them. But then again, it's still, Tom Brady, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans.
I mean, they're stacked.
Ronald Jones Jr., Leonard Fournette.
People underestimate the stackness they have on that team.
Dude, it is stacked.
And it obviously
because Antonio Brown wasn't really doing too much. I remember he had a...
That's what I hate, though, because everyone kind of let him go after all the, criticism and stuff happened to him. But Antonio Brown isn't...
He's Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it in the Super Bowl.
He used to be him versus Julio.
Yeah, like the top guy in the NFL every single year for like 5 seasons in a row.
And like I said, like how I was talking with the other ones, you could never be wrong whether you put one of them ahead of the other because they were both just crazy
good. Yeah. So I think that most of those guys will be just the same. Tom Brady's Tom Brady. He's going to do his thing. And I think he has a lot of confidence now. Yeah. Like, he's comfortable. You could tell at the end of the year, that's when they started winning again. They got comfortable.
Yeah, because they started off kind of slow.
And, it was also, like, a coach change. So the coach didn't, coach wanted to trust him, but couldn't yet. So he, proved it. And that's when he took over. And that's when you could see it. He just took over as the coach. Like, he was the coach on that team. Yeah. And he led them to the Super Bowl and whooped their ass in the Super Bowl, and it was awesome to watch, especially with the Chiefs being so overpowered. And everyone thought they were gonna
not overhyped, but hyped.
Yeah, hyped.
Like it's the Chiefs,
and Patrick Mahomes.
They're both hyped. I mean, the Bucs and the Chiefs. Everyone said it from the beginning. That was
the beginning.
Oh, I keep thinking the Bucs are in the AFC, but no, that was.
Well, yeah, but the Bucs were definitely hyped going into the season because of Tom Brady.
Well, definitely.
I think that the way it played out was the way it should have played out, and it was cool to watch. Yeah, and I like Tom Brady. Like, I didn't like him obviously when he played for. Who liked Tom Brady besides you when he was on the Patriots? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Everyone wanted to see him lose. Yeah, but now that he's on a different team, different environment, it's like a different Tom too. It's just a different person.
If he does the same thing he does with the Patriots, where he starts winning like every other year, people are just gonna hate him again. Yeah, the reason they hated him and the Patriots is because the Patriots were good every year and they won like every other year.
You think Rob's gonna stick around for a little bit? I think he's got a couple years. Same with Tom, couple years.
I think they both. I think Gronk's definitely got less years than
Tom.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's
because Brady doesn't have the injuries. He just has the age. But
Gronk's the other way around.
Age hasn't been a problem for him yet. Gronk has, his concussion after broken arm, after broken whatever, concussion again. Yeah,
he's a little silly in the head.
He's crazy. Dude, I love seeing the videos where he's just like wilding out and people are like CT's already getting to him.
Oh yeah.
He's definitely.
What do you think about Julian Edelman? Same thing with Gronk. He's gonna come back and play, and he's gonna be on that team.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I would love to see it. That's the only thing I'm rooting for.
That'd be cool to see, but I don't think they would have like the cap or anything to do it.
Yeah.
Or like, I just don't think Julian Edelman would.
I don't think he wants to. I think he's taking the safer route. He got his money.
I think because I don't think he wants to get injured because he was getting injured like every year, and which
that's why he got busted for performance enhancing drugs.
Exactly.
Right into our topic.
There we go.
What is your opinion on athletes or just bodybuilders or anyone use? Oh, actually, let's talk about bodybuilders first, and then we could talk about athletes and stuff. But do you think that bodybuilders, like, what is your opinions on bodybuilding and steroid use?
I think with bodybuilding and steroid use, I don't support it because I feel like it's like if like your sport is bodybuilding, it's like if your sport is like football or something.
Yeah.
Like you are actively trying, like if you're a wide receiver, you're actively trying to get your hands better, you're actively trying to do whatever better. When you're bodybuilding, you want to build that body muscle by yourself and like you want to achieve that. If you're doing the enhancing stuff, which I mean, like obviously it doesn't automatically. If I'm benching a plate normally, that's my max, and then I do steroids once. I'm not gonna start benching 3 wheels or something like.
Yeah,
It's not anything like that, but I still think it's something where it's.
And
I
don't
support it with bodybuilding.
Like people say, and bodybuilders say it's you have to really just have the genetics to do bodybuilding.
Exactly.
Because they're actually, believe it or not, you go to the gym. There's a handful of grown adults that have done it or on steroids, but you wouldn't never tell.
Yeah.
Because their genetics are just not. They're not gifted for them, and it's not just like a magic trick. Like you do them and you recover and you get stronger and it just helps you. Yeah. But you have to have the muscle to even do it in the first place.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna add 200 pounds to my max or anything.
Yeah, that is what some younger people think that haven't really dug into steroids. Yeah. And that's why they use it. Yeah. Because they think that them using the steroids or using any performance drugs, they think that they're just going to automatically get huge, automatically get ripped, no fat on their body. Yeah. But no, it
doesn't do anything about fat loss and nothing. It's just
it's
a little stronger.
There is some fat loss steroids out there, but it's just fat burner stuff that is basically just, I mean, if you're on a good diet, it's almost the same thing. It just speeds up your metabolism. Yeah. And probably fucks with your heart rate and shit like that. It's gonna be bad like down the road.
Yeah, you're gonna feel it, down the road.
So I had the same opinion as you. I think I don't inform it. I don't think that I would ever tell someone to do steroids. Yeah. I've been asked if I do them or if I would do them. Mm-hmm. I think that if I couldn't play football or if I didn't have the opportunity to go play football and I was, football was my bodybuilding, like if I was so focused on just gaining weight and being a bodybuilder, I think that I would dive down that route. But it is a very, very slippery road that it doesn't go long. I mean, most of those bodybuilding guys like Jay Cutler, and Ronnie Coleman, those guys go for 8 to 10 years. And look at Ronnie Coleman now. He's on I don't know if you know Ronnie Coleman. He's on crutches. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Those guys, their body deteriorates. Arnold Schwarzenegger's probably had, I don't know how many surgeries. He takes so many pain meds a day just to keep his body functioning. But that's what those, normally it's like a 5 to 10 or something like that year gap of the steroid use or any type of performance drugs. But that's their gap. And then after that, you kind of can't do much anymore. Slowly going down. So I think that if I was doing bodybuilding, I'd maybe dabble in it, but I wouldn't abuse it.
See, I feel like it's easy for me to say like, I don't support it like from my stance right now because I'm not a bodybuilder. Yeah. But like if I was going down it, maybe I would hop into it. But at least
have you ever thought about it? No. You never been like, what would happen if I tried?
Okay, I've thought about it like that. I've never like thought about like, would I do this? I've thought about like
definitely
if I
thought
did it
a lot. Just like. Not even like, I'm gonna go buy some, blah blah blah. Yeah. I've been tempted about like HGH, but I heard that's not a good. HGH is basically like a testosterone booster, but it's more for older men. It's not for younger kids because you could take the HGH and it will get you bigger and it will get you stronger, but it's just the more side effects like down the road for HGH, especially for a younger kid. I'm 18 years old. I mean, like my body is completely full of testosterone. I'm at probably my peak, and then when I'm like 22, I'll be even higher than right now. Exactly. But then when you get to that 35, when you're kind of declining off your testosterone peak, that's when I would dabble into that. Yeah. If I lose motivation in the gym when I'm 35 years old, then I don't know why. Because my test levels went down, and I need something to boost me back up. Like Greg Doucette, he's on HRT, if I can pronounce that right. Yeah, he's on HRT, I think. But he does HRT cycles, and he does a little bit of a dose because he's older now.
Yeah.
But he was doing competition stuff. But now he's just
I know he used to. I know he used to compete.
But when you get older, you need stuff like that. There's a lot of adults that take that stuff. But then there's also real steroids like Tren and all that stuff that is just like real stuff, not just testosterone boosters. Because test is like a little bit of a dose of the real steroids. Yeah. Which I don't even know what all the steroids are. There's that many steroids. Obviously, SARMs is like the broadest one that everyone right now. Younger guys know the mainstream stuff, but they haven't even done any research on it. Yeah, no one even knows.
All they know is that it's gonna make their maxes go up, get them stronger and stuff. They don't know anything really about it. Yeah, they're just like, oh, this will help me in the gym. I'm gonna take it. Yeah, not looking up any side effects, nothing like that.
Yeah, I think bodybuilding is a little different when it comes to athletes. What are your opinions on athletes getting in trouble for using them, or do you think they should get? I think they should get in trouble. What do you think?
I think with performance enhancing drugs, yes, because it's same thing.
So even like I feel like it might, in my opinion, I wouldn't say hard steroids, but maybe something to bring them back from an injury. Yeah, like I feel like that should be acceptable.
They should instead of having it all, like PEDs and stuff. Like banned or whatever, I feel like they should make it to where it's like the lesser ones are acceptable, but there's like a certain I don't know what you limit or I know what you mean. Strength of the PED. I feel like there's a certain strength you can't go above. But like
to really noticeable stuff.
Yeah, if you're coming off of obviously Saquon's not doing them. I'm saying like if you're Saquon, you're coming off torn ACL. When you're a running back, your legs are your most valuable thing. Yeah, I feel like you should be able to use something to bring kind of make sure you're like you're recovering tip top shape and stuff. But then going off, not talking about PEDs anymore, but with drug use, like normal drug use.
That's a big thing.
With it's the track runner. I'm trying to think. I think it's Sha'Carri Richardson. Yeah, but I don't know.
I think it might be
something like that. How do you?
But her story is a little.
I think
that's nonsense.
I think LaMelo Ball summed it up.
If you ain't doing crack, you can run track.
Yeah, if she's not doing crack, let her run track. Yeah. I don't see a problem with smoking weed. How does that help them in any way?
Isn't it
like give them a better?
Isn't NFL? What league opened it up where marijuana use was like? I don't know if it went 100% into it, but I think it might have been NFL.
I think it was NFL, but no, it definitely was because you start seeing all the memes about like Josh Gordon and stuff.
Josh Gordon coming back strong. He should though. I mean, but and then they had interviews with like one of the football interviews with Percy Harvin, and Percy Harvin said he didn't play one game ever in his life in the NFL. Not high.
You got Percy Harvin. I think Calvin Johnson talked about it.
Yeah. But it's not. It's not like a. Some people, yes, when they smoke weed, newbies, when they smoke weed, it actually will affect them like differently than a person that has been doing it for years and years, every day or every other day, whatever they use.
It's like basically their way of life at that point.
Way of life. And Percy Harvin did it to relax and just play ball and have fun.
Make sure,
anxiety is a huge thing with marijuana. All those guys, like Percy Harvin said, he struggled with depression and anxiety. And that is one of the reasons why he was so high on marijuana. That's what he smoked, and he wanted to be anxiety free before a game because being in that tunnel locker room before a football game, that's a big,
especially being someone like Percy Harvin or like Calvin Johnson too. Like they're expecting big numbers, big plays.
Percy Harvin in his prime was crazy.
Especially let's say he's getting like the opening kickoff or something.
That's how he was.
They're gonna say, "Oh, I've seen you take it 100 yards multiple times." Do it. He knows the fans are expecting him to do something on whether he's being the receiver or being on the kickoff or anything. Like you got all the anxiety.
I don't know if UFC is now doing it. I think too, though. Maybe if not, I think they are because Nate Diaz is smoking blunts on the damn interviews.
He is?
Yeah.
I don't watch too much UFC.
Well, I'm not a huge UFC fan, but I do watch Conor and I do watch Nate and all that kind of stuff, like just the interviews and stuff. But I do believe that all leagues should open up marijuana use.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with marijuana use.
But it sucks for the girl that if she ain't doing crack and she can't run, and she was the best track star
Yeah.
for USA, and she can't even run.
She had just got her big break. You know, everyone started knowing her name, and then the Olympics came up, and then right there it was like, no, you can't run the Olympics.
Yeah, and it's stupid.
You smoke.
I forget
what her reasoning was. I think it was something about like a. I'm gonna go out on a limb, take it with a grain of salt. I think it was something about like a family death recently or something like that. Like it was something.
It might have been.
Something
I don't
to make
really
her
know
like
either.
want to like get over something.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think she was just like sitting around just like smoking.
But it sucks to even
But
think
it's
about
just
that. But then a
stupid.
couple of years ago, without the NFL being on board about it now, I mean,
Yeah.
people are getting suspended.
Yeah, and then like we were talking about with Josh Gordon, then I feel bad for Josh Gordon because dude, when he in his beginning years, he was amazing, dude.
Crazy good. And he
And then
played for the Browns, and he was good
when he was on the
Browns.
he was on the Browns, he was amazing.
And another guy on the Browns, you probably don't know him. His last name was Coleman. He had the same issue. He got in trouble for doing marijuana.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's so stupid. Most of the
ruins
guys too,
careers at this
they
point.
smoke it to heal and recover.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't be in the NFL or in the NBA and play. Well, NBA plays like every 2 or 3 days, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when they're in
Sometimes
their season, it's like
back-to-backs and
back to back.
You got
2-day
82
break,
games,
maybe.
so,
Like you have just game, practice.
Yeah.
You have no other way of healing with. I mean, yeah, you can heal with ice and you know, all that stuff. But I mean, when you ain't gonna get full recovery if you're not doing like CBDs or any type of
But it's
THC that actually helps you release.
It's basically like with talking about games, the same thing with the NFL. I mean, they might play like once every week, but it's a lot more contact and stuff. So it's like the same amount of wear and tear on your body. I feel around the same.
Like medical marijuana, the
exactly.
people
They've already got
people
legal
that
stuff.
have cancer or just got surgery, they take pain meds and they take marijuana
you can get prescribed it.
to ease pain. But why can't you do that in the NFL? Why can't you do that if you're injured or recovering from NBA game? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it's just
I feel
stupid.
like that is stupid, and they should definitely. I don't know if NBA. I don't think NBA allows it, but NFL does now, which is good. They need to do that, especially with such a high contact sport like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like I don't think people will abuse it. Josh Gordon might. He might be in the locker room smoking. I think that's what. Maybe I don't know.
They'll probably have like limits on it. Well, going off of that, I'll lead into the next question. Big thing was, say who out of like YouTube or like just fitness YouTubers, influencers inspired you, and how did they inspire you as well? Like who are the main people?
I think the first one I've ever really watched was obviously Bradley Martin. I guess he's probably been in it the most with like YouTube bodybuilding, like social media bodybuilding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because most of the guys are bodybuilders, like pro bodybuilders, but you probably don't watch videos of them and stuff. But yeah, but Bradley Martin's definitely the first one I ever watched. But I never really was entertained with him because I thought he was too big and I couldn't get to that level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get to his level, so I was like, why would I watch him? I'm not gonna be like him. I can't be like, I can't look at him and be like, oh, I could look like that.
Yeah.
And then I got Jesse James West, and I'm not saying I look like Jesse James West, but I saw a smaller physique. He's still big. If you're ever gonna watch this, Jesse, if you're not small. Actually, you probably will watch it because he does like my stuff.
Hey,
but
man,
no,
put it on
the man's
TikTok.
huge. But when it comes to Bradley Martin, it's a little different comparison. But for a natural, which I hope he's natural, which I think he's natural, that's what he says. Jesse James West.
Yeah.
I think he's natural. But yeah, so that's the first guy that I could really look at and be like, all right, well, I'm going to follow him because I could actually probably look like him one day. You know, I don't know, he's young. He's like 20, 21, maybe 20.
Probably young 20s.
Yeah, he's young. So him
Early
being
20s.
natural, you're like, all right, well, I could do that. So I started watching him. He's super, super funny.
Yeah.
Has crazy good content. Like he starts off, I'll dive into the other person I like, but he starts off with like skits at the beginning, and I like the skits.
Oh, yeah.
I like the skits, and then he jumps into just a video, and the video normally starts off with like his breakfast, which at that point is a big thing because I needed to learn meals and I needed to understand what I wanted to eat and what he ate, and how I could be like him, whatever. So that's when he was doing the anabolic French toast, which I learned that from him.
Yeah.
Huge thing, and he's doing all the other stuff that he does. He does like the cheat days, which are super fun to watch, stuff like that. And then he dives into like halfway through the video after he does breakfast and lunch, whatever, or his walk, he'll go straight into his training. And even though out of the videos, it probably might be the most boring part because he's such a funny dude. He's like serious when he's working out.
Yeah.
But you learn so much from his workouts because he normally works out with different people. Even now, he works out with big big guys.
Yeah,
now,
no,
big
he's doing
now.
big.
But before,
big
I watched him
collabs.
when he was at I watched him when he was at 25,000 subscribers, probably under that. And that's when I messaged him and like reached out to him, and he reached back to me. Like I got his shirt. You saw I have his Dubs Company shirt. Like I was actually really inspired by him because he's such a good influencer. And then now he's I don't know 500,000 subscribers maybe. He's a lot on YouTube.
I haven't
now
watched him at all,
every other video is a big time guy now, like Bradley Martin and Bryce Hall and stuff.
Oh yeah, I recommended. I've been seeing the Bryce Hall one.
Yeah, so I mean, but going back into it, I would learn workouts from him. He'd be with different people, and then he would finish off his videos with like his dinner or whatever he was doing at the end of the night, like stretching or whatever, cardio. But I would learn things to eat and things to work out and stuff from his videos that nobody else on YouTube's doing.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. And now TikTok's a little different because TikTok wasn't a really, really big thing then. That's when TikTok first blew up, I guess you could say.
It wasn't.
It was more so YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah.
Now it's more, if you're going to get, I guess maybe TikTok's a good spot for that type of stuff.
I see a lot of fitness stuff.
But the other guy I was talking about was Will Tennyson. Will Tennyson, such a good YouTuber. If you haven't watched Jesse James West or Will Tennyson, even Bradley Martin, like I said, these guys are really good. But Will Tennyson and Jesse James West are on like a different level when it comes to actually being entertained with bodybuilding. Because you can watch Bradley Martin, he's decently entertaining, but nowhere like they're on a different scale. Like Will Tennyson does the same thing Jesse James West does, which I know Jesse copied him with the skits. They start off with the beginning skit, and it's always with Ollie, and Ollie died. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But it's always with Ollie.
R.I.P.
If you watch his old videos, you probably won't if you're brand new to him. But his dog died, but he does skits. He does the same thing, goes into breakfast, and he normally always eats like donuts and stuff. He's just a funny dude. But you learn so much, like, he kind of shows you that you don't have to be so strict. You don't have to be like, it's just fun.
You can have fun
with it. And the dude is in great shape. He's a Gymshark athlete. He got sponsored.
He did?
like 6 months ago, which I've known that, but I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if you watch him anymore, do you?
Not really.
See, I haven't been a big YouTube, like I haven't been on YouTube like that recently.
As of right now, for me, the only person, because that used to be like the main two people. I would wait for their uploads and stuff like that. Dude,
Jesse James West, at one point, I had notifications on, and as soon as his video would come out, no matter what I was doing, I had to watch it. I was like excited. I'd be like, oh, he's dropping Thursday night. I'm gonna eat dinner and I'm gonna go watch it. That's how it was. Which is not bad because that's how you know you're a good influencer. If you have guys like me that maybe I was being overboard, but I mean messaging you. Like but that's a big thing. I mean, that's mostly what influencers want, though, is the messaging back, the feedback.
They want to know that they're making an impact on someone.
Like that's what I'm doing right now with our podcast, and what Will Tennyson does is he has his subscriber count off. Like, I don't care about my subscribers.
Yeah.
And so Will doesn't care either. He really doesn't.
Yeah.
He just wants to like give entertaining videos out there and actually have people learn things from him and just have fun watching his videos.
Yeah.
They're good videos.
Yeah.
And even now, I think he's trying to move away from Canada. The recent videos that I've watched of him, he's trying to move away.
Probably trying to get around the other big fitness people.
Because he's getting his name big now. And he's been big, but he's getting his name up there with Bradley Martin and Jesse James West now, which Jesse James West is doing a fabulous job.
The only person I watch now, which I, at the same time, like, kind of...
I already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, you definitely do. I started getting back into them. I took a big break from any like fitness stuff. I kind of got burnt out about it because I used to not watch anything but fitness content, and then I just got burnt out.
Yeah.
But Sush,
I knew that was coming.
He is just another one.
He takes it. Those guys take it away from fitness. That's what's so good about it.
They all have the same like algorithm or whatever. You know, like it's just like it's mostly just a normal YouTube video. It's just mostly like comedy because they're all funny. Yeah. But then like at some point, they'll always show you what they're eating. Yep. They'll always show you what they're doing in the workout. So you're always learning stuff like that. But the reason like with Sush, he'll upload like he doesn't upload like super constant or anything. I don't think any of them really do. It's normally like once or twice a week maybe. Yeah. But it's like it'll be like a 20-minute video. And like sometimes, a lot of the time, you know, you can have a 20-minute video there and you don't know if you're going to really watch the full 20 minutes, but like they'll keep you locked into however long their video is. Yeah. They're all so entertaining and they spread so much knowledge. Those are my top three to watch. It's Will Tennyson, Jesse James West, Sush. I've watched them all. Yeah, maybe not as much as the past, but they're all super
most
good.
people that are watching for fitness reasons, you probably heard of them, obviously, from social media. But if you haven't watched them and you are big in fitness,
Yeah,
I would definitely watch them because they're great people just to have entertaining videos, and you're actually going to learn certain things from them.
Yeah, because I remember, like we were talking about with TikTok and stuff. At first, Sush was just a TikToker.
Yeah, he started off TikTok.
Yeah,
he would introduce his stuff. I don't know what he said.
He says it now. He's always go, "Oh, what's up, pussies?"
Yeah, every single video.
That's just it.
It's a thing he does.
Yeah, it's like with Jesse James West and Will Tennyson. They have like kind of the same stuff they joke about, and like Sush, the big thing about him is that it's kind of like a put on ego. Like he has the super gym douche like ego, but you can tell that it's not like how he actually is. So it's like it comes off as funny instead of like you being like, oh, this guy's a
he's definitely a different person off the camera.
Yeah. Oh, and he always I forget his name, but he lives with this other dude.
They have the Mosh.
Yeah, the Mogcast.
The Mogcast, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I forgot what the other dude's name is.
I forget what his name
is. He the dude that works out with Bradley Martin sometimes?
I don't really know. I've only seen him with
What does he look like?
He's got like short black hair, a beard, and he's huge. Like I don't know how else to say it, but
pretty good way to describe him.
But he's also super. I don't watch him like separately than Sush, but like I mean they live together, so he's in every video. He's in a good amount of videos. They work out together, do everything together, and they're both super entertaining to watch. It's just always fun. To watch any of them.
Yeah, I mean I haven't been watching as much YouTube and stuff just because I don't know, you kind of shy away from it.
At some point
after watching it so much, you kind of shy away from it. I might dabble back into it, but it's one of those things you just watch every once in a while.
They started popping back up in my recommended like heavy. So at one point when my normal people I watch now don't pop up, I'm like, hey, I'll just hop back into this and see what they're doing.
Yeah.
See how they're doing now. Especially with people like Jesse James West. When I was watching them, it was like I think it was in between the 50K to 100K like time of like subscribers.
Addicting.
That's when I was watching them every time, and then at one point, I just got burnt out. I stopped watching like that whole genre of video at all, and then now he's having these big collabs and stuff like that. So every once in a while, I'll tune into one if I see someone. Like I haven't watched the Bryce Hall one yet, but I am gonna watch that one. Isn't it like a drunk workout too challenge? So it's definitely gonna be entertaining.
Oh, Bryce Hall is gonna be funny in that.
Yeah,
Bryce Hall is obviously entertaining.
Yeah,
but Jesse James West, I don't think he drinks. Last time I checked, I don't think he drinks.
He's got to do it in this video, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be sick to watch. That'd be sick to watch.
I got another question for you. What, do you have any questions for me? Or are you all out of?
I'm all out of questions.
All right. This will be my final question of the podcast. Yeah, did your training change at all since you had to transition from being a quarterback to a wide receiver?
Yeah. This doesn't even, like, it goes for me, but it doesn't really go just as a quarterback. Mm-hmm. Like, position-wise for every sport. Like, especially I work out with Luke Schmolke now, and he's a pitcher.
Shout out Luke Schmolke.
Yeah, same kind of thing like pitching and quarterback. I mean, you got to take care of your arm.
Yeah.
So when I was a quarterback, obviously I didn't really care at that point. I was just trying to get big and get strong. But once I got a little bit older, like my sophomore year, going into my junior year, I kind of shied away from doing super, super heavy because when I would do a lot of push, like my arm would get sore and stuff. So me throwing all the time, I mean, your arm does get sore. So, but being a receiver now, like I can just train as hard as I want. I don't have to. I mean, if I'm sore, I'm gonna get sore. My legs are gonna get sore because you've got to train the crap out of your legs being a receiver. But for Luke Schmolke's purpose, like he can barely do chest sometimes. Like he has to do lighter weight or like different movements that aren't as heavy and work a different muscle. Because he's a very good pitcher, so he's got an opportunity to go play in the MLB, get straight drafted.
Is he going to Georgia Tech?
Yeah, he's committed to Georgia Tech, but he's got a chance to go to the league. So which will be awesome. But at that point, I don't even know if I would do chest. Like I would just shy away from all that kind of stuff.
Maybe a push up here and there, but
that's what he does. He does like sitting on the ground, dumbbell type work that works your arms slow instead of trying to, if you do heavy weight and you try to do it fast and you jerk your muscle the wrong way, I mean, you could really tear something or could really get something hurt. And that's another thing. I mean, like, when I was a quarterback, I would train hard, and then when I got older, I kind of shied away from it. But now it's just full go. I don't really care. But yeah, quarterback, you throw the whole time. It's not as much not as much running.
To kind of, I don't know, make sure I'm getting this right. So it wasn't really a big thing of going like, oh, I got to do quarterback workouts to wide receiver workouts. It was kind of just like you got to step away from the lighter quarterback workouts to just being able to
just go
whatever do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. And then now with being a receiver, like I run so much more than I did as a quarterback. Like at practice, you're a quarterback at practice. You get made fun of half the practice just because you're a guy that just sits around and just throws the ball the whole time.
Yeah.
Same with being a punter. You just punt the ball the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still run sprints with everyone, but you're not. Like this year when I was at receiver, you're dog fighting kids in practice as a receiver or as a running back. When you're a quarterback, you have a red jersey on. And if you get tapped one time, the other kid gets thrown out of practice. It's like that's how they treat you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a lot different being a quarterback, or even I guess you would call it like a wussy position for any sport.
Yeah.
You get treated differently. You got to train a lot harder when you're on the other end.
Yeah.
A lot harder. But yeah, so I think that wraps up all of our fitness stuff, and I think we had pretty good NBA and NFL talk. A little bit of that.
And I think it'll be the same way here. And we talked about it last episode, but like we said before, we are going to try and transition this into just like.
But
a
I think
podcast.
I like that though. It's a fun little.
And there's always
20
ways.
minutes.
There's always ways to turn it back into a fitness thing. Like we talked about like steroid use and stuff when we were talking about the NFL, and then. We were basically just talking about YouTubers right now.
Yeah, but
it brought up.
It's fitness YouTubers.
Gives you tips because it sends you into other places.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's episode 3, and peace.
See ya.